começar?
Vamos.
Hi there, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sergio Macedo and I'm here with my friend Rosalie. We are here for another gospel at home. And before we start, I'm gonna say the Holy Prayer. I'm gonna share my screen. No, just a moment. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed by thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as in heaven. Give this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Now I'm going to share my screen. Tonight's theme is the gospel according to Spiritism. Blessed are the meek and the peaceful, obedience and resignation. At all points, Jesus' doctrine teaches obedience and resignation, two very active companion virtues of meekness, although people erroneously confuse them with the negation of sentiment and will. Obedience is the compliance of the reason. Resignation is the compliance of the heart. Both are active forces because they carry the burden of the trials that insensate rebellion allows to fall. The coward cannot be resigned, just as the proud and selfish person cannot be obedient. Jesus was the incarnation of these virtues, scorned by the materialistic antiquity. He came at a time in which Roman society was perishing in the bankruptcy of corruption. He came to make the triumphs of sacrifice and renunciation of the flesh shine in the bosom of downcast humankind. Every epoch is thus marked with the stamp of either virtue or vice, which must either save it or ruin it. The virtue of your regeneration is intellectual activity, its vice, its moral indifference. I say activity only for a genius suddenly arise and single-handedly discovers horizons that the multitudes will see only later, whereas activity is the combining of everyone's efforts to reach a less grandiose goal, but which tests the intellectual advancement of, of the epoch. Submit yourselves to the trust we have come to give your spirits. Obey the great law of progress, which is catchphrase of your generation. Woe to lazy spirits and those who close off their understanding. Woe to them, for we, who are the guides of humankind on the march, will apply the whip and the force their, and force their rebellious wills by means of the twofold effort of break and spur. Our prideful resistance shall yield sooner or later, but blessed are they who are meek, for they shall lend a willing ear to our teaching. So, can we say about what we have read? That here on earth, every one of us has a purpose in life, and that we have to do good for the other and also progress as spirits incarnated here on earth. And the text says that at a given point, we will be forced to progress because everything in the universe is moving forward, is progressing. The worlds, all the things. And we are not an exception. We must progress. If we cannot hear the words that are spoken, if we cannot follow the good examples of those that are ahead of us, then pain will be applied to us to force our transformation. That's God's law. There are injustice in the world, but not not people who are injustice, because everything happens for a reason, even though a lot of times we don't understand why this is happening. And our world is in turmoil. Everything appears to be falling apart, but there is always hope because Jesus is our governor, and he created this planet 4.5 billion years ago. So he was a planetary Christ in that time, and still he is. And he walked this earth to show us that we can also win our our vices. We can overcome our difficulties because he said that we can do what he done and more. Meaning that I don't know how much time will be passed, but we will be perfect spirits one day. We will live, die in this flesh, but we will go on as spirits and we will be reincarnated on this earth. So it depends of us, the will and the effort to make everything better, that it's our grasp, our reach, because we cannot change the world. We cannot change our country. We cannot change our city. We cannot change our wife. We cannot change our family. We only can change ourselves. And let's make an effort, because if we don't don't change ourselves willingly, pain will be poured to us, will be will be applied to us for us to change, because our free will has a limit. It arises a time when us are tired for doing a lot of bad things, and then we convince ourselves that we must change, and change is good. Let's embrace this change. Let's make an effort to do better, to help each other. That's what I have tonight. I will say our final prayer, the Holy Father. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Thank you all for watching, and until
Amen.
January 8th. Bye bye.
Good night.